is a wonderful neighborhood that Rebuilding Together has done a lot of work in as far as completing home repairs for seniors who are in this neighborhood. We've done anything from rebuilding porches, putting in handrails, putting in grab bars. Today, we are not so much helping a homeowner, but we're helping a local business, all thanks to her public services. Provided us with a wonderful grant to help small businesses in the St. Louis area that need some help. So that's why we're here. So we're going to get out of the noise and head on in. Liz is going to give us a little tour and tell us a little bit more about City Greens Market. Come on. Welcome to City Greens Market. We are a unique community store with a mission to prove that a wholesale pricing at cost model works in a neighborhood considered a food desert by the USDA. We were founded by a group of moms that were frustrated that they couldn't find fresh produce at an affordable price in the neighborhood. So they got together and networked with a group of farmers in the St. Louis region to bring healthy food to their neighborhood. And 12 years later, here we are. We have our own retail establishment, as you can see, on a busy street. And we serve about 350 members, so about 1,000 families in this community, and individual people in the community. And we sell food to from farms and different food producing entrepreneurs in the St. Louis area, and we bring them to these families who sometimes don't have access to affordable fresh food. So follow me and I'll show you around.
Thank you so much.
That Rebuilding and Republic Services have helped us acquire. We did not have a greens cooler specifically for fresh local produce. And as you can imagine, being City Greens Market, that was really important to us. So, as you can see, we are finally reaching one of our goals. So thank you. Come this way. We have several different displays that we feature fresh produce, different farmers, and different levels of sustainability and organic standardization. So like I said, we serve over 350 members households. So that's equivalent to roughly 1,000 individual members who are being served at any given time by the market. We work with a network of between 40 and 50 farms and entrepreneurs in St. Louis to carry almost up to 600 different items in the store. So there is a lot. And we're always working with new farmers, people trying to get into the farming industry or kick off their new social enterprise and support women and minority-owned businesses when we can. So we specialize in trying to bridge the gap between the people who need help affording fresh food and people who are producing the food, because oftentimes there's 3-4 steps in between those two people when really they all live in the same community, and so we're trying to make a more direct connection between our community members. So let's go this way and I'll show you some more. As you can see, we have several greens coolers, squash, all of these amazing local foods. We also also carry a selection of meat, dairy, drinks, beverages, and value-added products. And then over here we have our shelf-stable items. Like I said, a lot of them are local food producers and entrepreneurs. We don't just work with farmers. And so we have a lot of unique products that just aren't sold in many places in St. Louis. So I think that really sets us apart from other stores. In addition, we don't put any cost on the price of our food. So we really sell everything at the most equitable cost to us. However, because we aren't making a profit off of the sale of the food, we rely on generous grants and donations in order to acquire some of our much needed equipment, like the coolers.
So thank you so much, Liz, for showing us around the market. As you can see, this is a really critical piece to this neighborhood to provide fresh produce and good food to the folks who live here. So we are just so excited that through the grant partnership with Republic Services, we were able to support this wonderful market. So please join us outside, and we're going to have a wonderful celebration ceremony. Come on.
Welcome to our patio.
I'm going to unload this on you.
We're going to start the slightly more formal part of what we do. Liz is going to start, and yes, we'll go from there.
As she said, my name is Liz. I am market manager for City Greens Market. Thank you all so much for being here. This has been the culmination of just a really exciting project that myself and Cheryl and everybody have been working on, and so it's such a good feeling to get us all here and to see all the faces that made this possible. And we're coming out of the pandemic. It's been kind of, everything's just been so unprecedented, and events like this haven't been happening, so it just adds that extra layer of excitement that we were all able to make it here today. So thank you again, and thank you Rebuilding Together for doing just so much to organize this and to really get all those details together. I don't think that we would have been able to do it without you, especially you, Cheryl. You've been amazing, and just walking me through all the steps and how everything goes. So I'm just so unbelievably grateful for your help. And then Republic Services, thank you guys so much. I mean, we serve a community that may not have access to other forms of fresh, healthy vegetables and fruits. And as you can see from the selection inside, we work with so many farmers who don't have the opportunity to bring their goods to these people. And so we really are, a unique store in that we don't make a profit off of the sale of our goods. And we are helping these small farmers and these folks who, lack access. And so not being able to put a profit on the sale of these goods really, we struggle at times to make sure that we are a sustainable model that can go into the future, and continue to support all these families. So it's helpful folks like you that really make it just, really help us and add a vital aspect to what we do. So thank you.
You're welcome. Biggest spirits we've ever seen.
Yes, they are monster carrots. Just wait till you see the blueberries. And with that,
I'm next.
all right, I will hand it off. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Liz. All right, well, for those of you who haven't met me yet, and hello to Facebook, I'm Elaine Powers. I'm the Executive Director at Rebuilding Together St. Louis, and we are just really thrilled to have everyone here today kind of pull together all of the parties that made this possible, both here in St. Louis and in other parts of the country as well, because this really has been a big combined effort. So I thought I would take just a minute to explain kind of how it all fits together, because I'm not sure everybody here really sees the full picture of how it came together. So Rebuilding Together St. Louis is an affiliate of a national organization called Rebuilding Together. that has just under 130 affiliate organizations nationwide. At our core, we are a home repair organization. We provide free home repairs for individuals who have low incomes, who have disabilities, for veterans. We here in St. Louis, we focus primarily on those who are older adults. We work in both St. Louis City and St. Louis County. But an important piece of our mission here in St. Louis is also wanting to have a broader impact in the communities that we serve. And that's where Republic Services comes in. Okay, 1 second for the loud truck. So Republic Services is a national partner with Rebuilding Together. They provide funding to initiatives that not only help us here in St. Louis, but provide funding for affiliates around the country. This particular initiative came up as a result of the pandemic. And Kevin, I hope I don't steal your thunder, so I won't talk about you guys too much. But Republic Services really wanted to do something to help small businesses and small organizations nationwide that have been impacted by the pandemic. And we said, well, we know a whole bunch of those, and so we applied for a grant through a national organization funded through Republic Services. That grant allowed us to partner with 3 local nonprofit organizations here in St. Louis. 2 of them, the Lift for Life Academy and the Wesley House, have already completed their projects. At the Wesley House, we installed some doors that increase safety for the senior adults who come to their programs. It helps to separate them out from the youth that come to their programs. Lift for Life Academy, we did an HVAC system. Here at City Greens Market, we helped with upgrading electrical, and we also provided freezer and refrigeration units. And that has been just tremendous, I think, here in the community. 25 years ago, my commute took me through this neighborhood on a daily basis, twice. Once going to work and once coming back. And the transformation here in this neighborhood over the years has just been remarkable. And a lot of that is due to organizations like City Greens that came in and said, there's a need in this neighborhood. We need access to fresh food in this neighborhood. And bringing that here just really lends itself to the development. And we also, Rebuilding Together has worked in this neighborhood as well significantly over the years on home repairs in partnership with the Park Central Development Organization and other partners over the years. So we're thrilled to be back here. We're thrilled to be part of this. We have most of our staff here today, as well as Jeff McPherson, who is our vice president of our board. And next year at this time, he'll be president of our board. And so we're thrilled also that City Greens brought several of your staff and board members as well. So that's who we are. That's how we got here today. We were really thrilled to be able to help with this project. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin Hinson, Public Services.
Thank you. So good afternoon. My name is Kevin Hinson. I'm the general manager for Republic here in St. Louis. And to City Greens, let me say, fantastic job. The place looks phenomenal. The fresh fruit looks excellent. So looking forward to hear greater things about the work that you're doing. The Rebuild Together, thank you, because this has been an ongoing project. We've got a partnership with them. I think it's safe to say we have a local partnership with the different projects that we do. You know, when the pandemic kicked off, obviously things changed. And for our staff, being essential workers, we were showing up every day. But we wanted to do something much bigger than that. So Republic Services kicked off their Committed to Serve campaign. And it focused in a couple of different areas. One, initially we provided take-home meals for our families. We provided them with gift cards and encouraged them to go to local places just like this to be able to help support the local economy. On a much broader level, Republic Services committed $1 million to Rebuilding Together. This is one of 34 different projects that Republic Services is part of in 9 cities. St. Louis, thankfully, has kind of been considered a priority market because of the relationship we built with Rebuilding Together, because of the projects that we've had in the past, and the success that we continue to have with each of our projects. So we're very thankful to be part of this community. We continue to look for ways to do that. We continue continue to look for ways to continue that partnership with Rebuild Together. Cheryl, thank you. Much like what you said, Cheryl keeps us in line, right? That's what she does. So we're very thankful for that. Beautiful day today. Glad everybody's here. Hope you enjoyed your time here, and thank you for the time that we've had.
Well, thank you so much, Facebook Land, for joining us. Again, this is Jessie with Rebuilding Together, and also just again a huge, huge thank you to Republic Services and everything they've done for our community. So until next time.